Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, The Mama's Ear Critique. I'm Pascal, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Mufasa, the Lion King, which was directed by Barry Jenkins, and it stars Aaron Pierre, Kelvin Harrison Jr., Thandiwe Newton, Seth Rogen, and many more people. So Mufasa is the origin story of the sage leader in the first Lion King movie, and it discusses his upbringing and how he rose to power. The movie is split between two timelines essentially, so we get to see his origin in real time, and at the same time we get to see a modern day Rafiki tell the story to Simba's daughter, Kiara, as well as Timon and Pumbaa. The most compelling parts of the film were Mufasa's origin story. Everything else, unfortunately, kind of falls really flat. The whole idea of Rafiki retelling the story to Kiara and Timon and Pumbaa is honestly really not that interesting. And I wonder if the studios were worried that they wouldn't get any butts in seats if they didn't bring these old characters and familiar beloved characters back on screen. And you can take that thinking further and wonder if Disney didn't think that there was a strong story here to tell in general, and that's why they had to kind of rely on, Timon and Pumbaa making jokes every 2 minutes while telling this honestly pretty powerful story about Mufasa. But I really think that if they had just made it completely a prequel, it would have been a much stronger movie. A remake should have purpose. Do you have a different take? Is there a different angle? Is there a new idea that complements the original movie? Do you have new technology that brings life to the original? Those should be some of the things that would justify why you should remake any movie. And if not, why are we here? In my opinion, Mufasa is ultimately a really unnecessary movie, and do not get me started on the technology. Nothing here was amplified or made more elegant through this kind of photorealistic animation that we have here in this film. It is so photorealistic that you have to imagine the facial expressions of these personified animals. You can deduce that Scar is becoming more jealous of Mufasa, but you can't see that play across his face with this photorealistic animation. It's definitely the Barry Jenkins film with the least amount of soul and power that he's ever done, but out of all the remakes that Disney has been doing over the years, I would say Mufasa is the best one. But is that Barry's doing, or is that simply because The Lion King is such an amazing story all on its own? I say yes and no. There is an interesting story here about what it means to be a leader and what the foundation should be for leaders. And this idea plays out well narrative-wise. And there were some genuinely scary moments, all the more reason why the photorealism is not the way for children's movies. But I'd say that Mufasa flows pretty well. Also, the music does not stand out at all when you compare it to all the hits in the original 1993 movie. Nothing in Mufasa comes remotely close to touching anything in the original movie. Even songs from the far inferior Lion King 2, like He Lives in You and Not One of Us, are better than what is heard here, which is a true shame. And again, it's a little unfair of a comparison because nothing is touching Be Prepared. It's a high bar for anyone to climb. But still, the music just really wasn't all that interesting here. Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen remain locked in as Timon and Pumbaa, respectively. They both did a really good job voicing their characters and bringing that banter to life once more. It was also great hearing Keith David, Lenny James, and Tuso Mbedu in supporting roles. Blue Ivy killed it as Kiara, and I did indeed squeal when I heard Beyonce's voice come through as Nala. Beyonce. Even though I don't think it was that strong of a movie, do you know what happened at my 9 p.m. showing when the credits started rolling? people actually clapped at the end, which is not something I have seen in a movie theater in a very long time. So again, I do feel that it is resonating with some audiences, but I maintain that Disney has so much more to offer its audiences, and these remakes with photorealistic CGI is just not worth it, even though I'm sure they're making tons and tons of money. I just really wish that Disney would really spend all their time doing new, innovative, and imaginative movies and not just rehashing the older movies that did so well just for a cash grab. Now, would I recommend Mufasa? I think I would. You know, the technology does fail this, rich, precious IP, but I honestly don't think you'll have a bad time throughout watching this movie. Though I think it will make you just eager to watch the original movie, like what I did after watching it, so you could truly appreciate what great animation, great songwriting, great script writing, and great voice acting can do for an animated movie. But again, I don't think you'll waste your time if you go to see it in the theaters. And that is the Monazir critique. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.